Bobbi Boudman here. I am a state rep candidate for District 7, which is Wolfboro, Tuftonboro, and Ossipee. I put out a few videos and I went before the Ossipee Budget Committee to warn them that based on what our representative, Glenn Cordelli, was doing and how he was representing us, could potentially cause $2.8 million falling right into the property taxes of the Ossipee taxpayers. The reason why this is only about Ossipee is that our state funding, our state adequacy funding, is based on our land value. It's based on something called a statewide education property tax, SWEPT funds. Every single town pays them, and we all pay the same amount at $1.22 per thousand. So the difference between Ossipee and, say, Wolfboro and Tuftonboro is that Wolfboro and Tuftonboro have more land value than we have students. So the state does not contribute in any way to us. Ossipee, however, is different. Ossipee's value, they have more students than the value of their town. So let me show you their warrant. So Ossipee's warrant right here, education tax warrant, was $1.6 million, so $1,611,831. And that was based on a land value that the state believes that the value of Ossipee is $1,321,000,000 at the $1.22 per thousand. So there's Ossipee's warrant. So Ossipee's value that the state believes you should be contributing to your statewide education property taxes is $1.6 million. So now we're going to click back over to the spreadsheet, and we are going to see why Ossipee gets $2.8 million from the state. So here's a spreadsheet, and you can go to education.newhampshire.gov. Oh, the other one was on the tax revenue site, New Hampshire Rev. So let's go down, and we're going to find Ossipee down here on the second page. And let's see, where do I see Ossipee? I know it's a really small, but it's a PDF. And the reason why I'm doing it on a PDF and doing it right on their site is I don't want anyone saying I could change the numbers in any way. So I apologize that they're smaller, but let's just get it right from the state site. So here is that $1,611,000 that I just showed you, okay? So that is the swept column that you saw. Now, the amount of money that you get in adequate aid, again, meaning how many students you have, are any of them English language learners, meaning that they need to learn English as their second language. We used to call it ESL, and now it's ELL. And then there are other things that contribute to more aid, which would be free and reduced lunch, things like that. And now I'm totally not in line anymore, but let's find your numbers. Where are you? Where are you? Did I go down too far? I did go down too far. I'm sorry. Where are you? Where's your $2.8 million? Right there. There you are. Okay, so this is Ossipee's column right here. So here's that $2.8 million that I was talking about, $2,805,758.60. The state says that you should fund your children, that Ossipee funds their children at $4,417,000. But we saw that that the state only said you had to collect $1.6 million. So that is this column right here, $2,805,758.60 is right here. Adequacy grant. Your adequacy grant minus your swept funds plus anything extraordinary that you needed. That's why I just kind of skipped over all those other columns, because if we go through that, then we're going to be 2 hours into this. And I think I'm already long-winded enough. Okay, so that $2 million, the reason why that would go away is because Mr. Glenn Cordelli and 30 of his friends submitted an amicus brief to the state of New Hampshire Supreme Court in what we call, what you probably hear on the street, the ConVal case. And what that is to determine how much adequacy aid each student gets. Well, we already learned that Ossipee's, your land value is $1.6 million when they collect your SWEP funds, but you have more students in that, so you get some aid. Well, this amicus brief is based, oddly, on the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and so these 30 legislators got together and they filed to end the state aid, that all of education taxes will come out of your property taxes. So that's basically what this says, and I'll click on a few articles so you can read it in depth. But I just want to go down and show you that Mr. Cordelli signed it and who signed it. So here are some senators. Oddly, there's a lot of free staters in here. And there's Mr. Glenn Cordelli signing, saying that the state will not give you any money for education anymore, that it will be on your property taxes. So if you're in District 6, Katie Peternell also signed on to this. And like I said, there's a lot of free staters on this who signed onto this brief because they're trying to dismantle public education. Okay, so that is the amicus brief, the actual brief, and then let me bring you to a couple articles. So this is probably one of the better articles to just kind of read about it, to get the rundown. If you go to New Hampshire Business Review, this will give you a quick rundown on the Claremont case and the rulings, because there's really two court cases that happen. One is the Rand and one is the ConVal, but I don't want to get into it because it's pretty long. I just wanted to show you the numbers and show you that it is factual. So, Ossipee, if you want to be represented, which I hope you don't want $2.8 million more on your property taxes, then you're probably going to want to vote on November 5th, and you're probably going to want to vote for Bobbi Boudman. Wanted to give you one more thing. Just I'll give you a leader ad here, I guess. I will also be going through other things that would be extremely costly, like Mr. Cordelli trying to dissolve our school district, as people are questioning my integrity because Mr. Cordelli's just running around going, liar, liar. I figured I would do a couple videos and just pull up all the links myself, so people can see where this is all coming from. But you might want to question why Mr. Cordelli has done no candidate forums. He's not speaking in public. Conway Daily Sun asked him to appear with me. He won't. So transparency is everything, absolutely everything. So question your legislators. Go on the general court. I'll show you. Actually, I'll do another video on that too, on how to go on the general court and actually look up their votes. We'll do that we'll start with the PFAS bill. I'll do that next. And we can look at how they voted on that. Okay? And again, make sure you vote on November 5th. Vote for Bobbi Boudman, because I understand what Mr. Cordelli is doing to your property taxes. Have a good night.